I'm Sherly from Buddhis Jayanti Private Senior High School in Lantaprapat, North Sumatra. In 2008, Indonesia has a problem with Malaysia due to the ownership of batik. Malaysia claimed that batik belongs to them. Then, in January 9, 2009, finally UNESCO confirmed batik is Indonesia cultural heritage, and 2nd of October is established as the Batik Day. The same case did happen before. Malaysia claimed wine kulit as part of their culture. Then, UNESCO confirmed wine kulit as Indonesia cultural heritage in November 7, 2003. What's wrong with these two cases? Let me ask you, do you know how many vernaculars we have? And how many traditional dances do we have? Do you still recognize our old folk songs? I'm not pretty sure about that. Well, generally, the reason this all happened are because the globalization that was caused by the world's developments makes the foreign culture influence our culture. Then, the lack of cultural awareness in society and the lack of cultural education, especially for our young generation, cause our culture fading over time. Nowadays, most of the people, especially teenagers like us, has more interest with Western culture or another culture compared to our own. They think that Indonesia culture is very old-fashioned, while actually Indonesia has abundance of wonderful culture, such as batik, traditional dances, folk songs, multi-languages, and others. Cultural awareness is one's ability to look outside oneself and be aware of cultural values, cultural habits that enter the community, so we can judge whether it is normal and acceptable or maybe unusual and unacceptable to our culture. In order to grow cultural awareness, especially for our young generation, cultural socialization has to be grown early in education. Learn about how important cultural awareness is. Learn about traditional songs and dances. Even we could combine our culture with another culture without forgetting the core of our own. One of the examples, the collaboration of the local tradition performance and modern music in one hip-hop. Turns out, everybody liked and enjoyed it. Often holding traditional dances and music arts in various performances could engage our interest in the local culture. Frankly speaking, love and protect of the culture are very necessary, because without the love and care ourselves, it is impossible to keep the existence that we have. It's like when you study. If you don't have any intention or joy of studying, you won't get any of the lesson. In another point of view, not all foreign culture gives bad impact, because it is also a culture, right? We can get to know others' culture, and in the same situation, we could be better by knowing how to develop a nation's mindset and behavior. As long as it's well studied, it is fine to accept others' culture without forget our own culture, which is called the acculturation process, because it is one of our treasure. On the other hand, it could be dangerous if we accept all the foreign culture without filtering. Sooner or later, our culture will fade away. So we as the receiver have to be selective in accepting others' culture so that we can keep the essence of ours. As Robert Allen said, cultural differences should not separate us from each other, but rather cultural diversity brings a collective strength that can benefit all of humanity. I am Sherly and I'm Indonesia. Thank you.